Bradley Beal being traded is slowly becoming inevitable. We just witnessed a big superstar trade of James Harden going to the Nets, and we all believe that the next superstar that could be on the move is easily Bradley Beal. Bradley Beal's situation in Washington, that's definitely a controversial topic. We know Bradley Beal is as loyal as it comes, but honestly Bradley Beal, we want to see you winning. Demand a trade. And from what we're hearing so far, the Los Angeles Lakers and the Los Angeles Clippers are very interested on trading for Bradley Beal. For this video, we're going to be talking about the Lakers and the Clippers, talking about if Bradley Beal somehow becomes available. I have some trade scenarios that actually might work. One thing's for sure, if somehow Bradley Beal gets traded this season, that team will instantly become NBA championship contenders. But quickly, before I get on with the video, I just want to say, if you're new to the channel and love basketball, welcome to ezBUCKETz. My name is Soom and I make basketball videos every single day. So be sure to hit the subscribe button and click this button right here, the post notification bell, to not miss any of my upcoming videos. If you watched this video and you loved it, be sure to smash that thumbs up button. I'd really appreciate it. It would help out the channel a lot. But without wasting any more time, let's talk about Bradley Beal.
In a quick second, are you frustrated?
Is the sky blue? My man.
As you guys can tell by this interview, Bradley Beal is simply frustrated. The response of "is the sky blue" is basically Bradley Beal saying yes to the question. As I make this video, the Wizards have a record of 3 wins to 11, and they're ranked as the worst team in the Eastern Conference. But not only in the Eastern Conference, they're ranked as the worst team in the NBA. The Wizards have been a terrible team for some time now, and a lot of NBA fans, especially Bradley Beal fans, agree that Bradley Beal, it's time for you to move on, it's time for you to demand a trade. Last year when Bradley Beal signed his contract extension, he says and claims that he is loyal and wants to win in Washington because this is his team. But honestly, through NBA history, we've seen it before where players would say that but ultimately end up leaving. Kyrie Irving said that on the Boston Celtics, Jimmy Butler said that on the Minnesota Timberwolves. So I honestly would not be surprised that with all the frustration, the hate, and negative attention Bradley Beal has right now, him demanding a trade could actually be happening sometime soon. When talking about Bradley Beal's stats this season as an individual, Bradley Beal is simply a monster. He's leading the league in points per game with 35.4, averaging 5.3 rebounds, 4.9 assists, 1.4 steals, 0.6 blocks, shooting a total of 48% at the field goal, which is his career high, and shooting 89% at the free throw, which is also a career high. Bradley Beal is putting up monster dynamic numbers. But the fact that the best player in the NBA at scoring is on the worst team in the NBA when it comes to record, it speaks volume to how bad the Wizards are, and a rebuild must happen. I want to see Bradley Beal in a new team, but I also want to see the Wizards start a full rebuild. Trade Bradley Beal, trade Westbrook to simply get better for the future. With Bradley Beal and Russell Westbrook both in their prime right now, I don't want to see their talents go to waste, and that's why the Wizards trading them right now to get the best and most valuable assets possible might be the best thing for the franchise going forward. Cause simply, if Bradley Beal wants to be a Wizard, but they're not successful, the franchise have to decide for their own. The good news for Bradley Beal fans out there that want him to succeed is that he won't be traded to any team that offers the Wizards the best deal. It was reported that when Bradley Beal signed his contract extension, the Wizards also gave him a perk. This perk is that if a trade occurs with Bradley Beal, they would not trade him to a team he doesn't want to go to. This was promised to Bradley Beal when he signed his contract extension. Which means if Bradley Beal requests a trade, he's gonna go to a team that he wants to. And I'm pretty sure, with his competitive nature, he's gonna go to a championship contender. And for this video, I have 2 true championship contenders that I believe Bradley Beal will be perfect on. The first team is a no-brainer, and that's the Los Angeles Lakers, and it was just reported yesterday that the Lakers have a lot of interest in Bradley Beal. I want you guys to watch this video of Rob Pelinka being interviewed of what his plans for the Lakers are this season. Watch this video. It's a new clip.
You know, one of the things you're always doing in the front office is you're running scenarios just to be prepared. You know, I've said at the beginning of the season, sometimes it feels like a grand chess game, and you want to study the moves and study what other teams are doing. And so we're always doing that. But at the same time, you don't want to tinker or change something that's working extraordinarily well. And so we'll be mindful of that too. We do have one open roster spot right now that at some point in the season will probably get use. We wanted to use the first, third to really see where the holes are or the needs are. But that's definitely a tool at some point that'll come into play. And, then you were talking about the trade deadline too. You never know what may come your way. And so we're preparing in advance for that just to make sure we're doing all we can to defend the title.
By just watching that alone, you can already tell that the Lakers and Rob Pelinka, they're not going to stay behind the shadows. They're going to still try to be aggressive because you never know. Anything can happen. Right now, Bradley Beal says he does not want to get traded, but you never know. Maybe after losing 5 straight, he actually will demand a trade. You never know. And I believe this season, with the Lakers being in hot pursuit of that 2021 NBA championship, the Lakers, if Bradley Beal becomes available, they're going to call Washington and say, "What do you want?" I made a video a few weeks ago of a Bradley Beal potential trade to the Lakers, and you guys weren't really happy with the scenario there. You guys said it was unrealistic. So for this video, I actually have a more realistic trade the Lakers can ultimately offer for Bradley Beal. I believe if the Lakers can offer up KCP, Kyle Kuzma, Tyler Horton-Tucker, Alex Caruso, and their 2027 first-round pick in exchange for Bradley Beal and Isaac Bonga, I believe this wouldn't be a bad offer on the table. If the Wizards plan on trading Bradley Beal, I'm pretty sure they want a lot of future assets, or if anything, future draft picks. But with the Lakers not having much draft picks because they traded all of them away for Anthony Davis, this I believe is the best package they can give, as they'll be giving the Wizards young players to help for their future and build around. We all know KCP is an NBA veteran. He has a lot of respect in the NBA, and NBA teams value him a lot, so getting him as a starting shooting guard wouldn't be a bad idea. But getting Tyler Horton-Tucker, Kyle Kuzma, and Alex Caruso, who are young players in the NBA that are about to be impactful in the near future, if the Wizards can get them, build around them, they'll be getting some much needed depth for their future rebuild. On the Lakers' perspective, they'll be having an ultimate lineup of Dennis Schroeder, Bradley Beal, LeBron James, Anthony Davis, while still having Montrezl Harrell and Marc Gasol. And I believe this trade is a win-win for both sides of the story, as the Wizards get future rebuild assets and Bradley Beal goes to a team that helps him and puts him in a winning situation. A lot of you Laker fans out there might not want to trade THT or Alex Caruso, but my question for you guys, if it's to trade for Bradley Beal, a proven NBA superstar, the best scorer in the NBA right now, would you do it? Is it worth it? One thing's for sure though, if the Lakers get Bradley Beal, it's honestly game over. But the Los Angeles Clippers are another team that is actually very interested in Bradley Beal. After James Harden went to the Brooklyn Nets, joining Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant, the Clippers want a third star to accompany Paul George and Kawhi Leonard to possibly compete with the big three in the Eastern Conference. And that's what right now, with Bradley Beal being the hottest potential trade target, the Clippers are also going to be aggressive, and they're not going to sit back and do nothing, because last season they were definitely a disappointment. The bad thing about the Clippers though is they don't have a lot of draft picks to offer the Wizards. They give a lot of those picks to the OKC after getting Paul George, but I believe this is the best deal they can offer. They're going to offer up Patrick Beverley, Lou Williams, Marcus Morris, Ivica Zubac, their 2027 first round pick, and 2 second round picks. I believe this wouldn't be a bad offer. I'll be honest though, the Clippers getting Bradley Beal is more unlikely than the Lakers. But speaking for the Clippers, I also expect them to be busy during this buyout and NBA trade deadline time. But to simply conclude my video, I don't care what team ends up trading for Bradley Beal. Honestly, I want him to succeed. He's entering his prime, and I don't want to see him waste his prime on a losing team. Bradley Beal has been linked to the Heat or even the Milwaukee Bucks, but in my opinion, the best case scenario is the Lakers or the Clippers. So yes guys, this wraps up my video for today on Bradley Beal possibly being traded to the Lakers or the Clippers. What's most important to me is one of your thoughts. Are these trade scenarios realistic? Are these trade scenarios possible? Or do you think Bradley Beal is not going to request a trade at all? He's going to stay in Washington and keep losing? Put your thoughts in the comment section down below. But other than that, take it easy, God bless, and I'll see you all next time on Easy Buckets. Woo!